today on Divorce Court.
Terry's the only man I have ever lived with.
LaWanda and I have been together for 9 years. 7 whole years we were married.
Terry's absent in his marriage. Terry's absent in his children's life. And it has caused me a lot of stress.
One major issue in our relationship is lack of sex.
I feel if Terry cannot let go of the past, Terry can keep it moving.
I want Judge Toller to know that I've been a great husband, and this right here is taking a toll on my life.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with LaWanda Harris and Terry Harris. Mr. and Mrs. Harris, you've been together for 8.5 years, married for 7. You have 1 child together. However, you have 9 children in toto between the 2 of you. You haven't come here for a divorce. You don't want to end things, but you can't figure out how to save it. And you've come to me to ask me if I can help.
Right.
Yes.
So that's what I would like to do.
Okay.
Mrs. Harris, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what the problems are in this marriage?
Judge Lynn, Terry is always absent in his marriage. He's absent with the children. He's absent in his marriage. I just feel that he's not even a husband to me.
That's not true.
Okay. Now, when you say absent, what do you mean? Is he a workaholic? He never comes home? Is he running around? What's going on?
When Terry get mad, Terry want to leave he want to pack his stuff up. He want to go. Me and him both, we used to work. I don't work anymore. But when Terry get off from work, Terry feel that he need a break. He need to go, leave, and leave me there with the children. Okay, I'm just getting off work too. Can I get a break? Or if we can't both get a break, we can spend time at home together.
Okay. Mr. Harris, why don't you tell me about what you think of what she just said?
Well, Your Honor, you know, I coach. I coach basketball, baseball, and football, and I work. And
Are these teams your kids are on?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So by her saying that I don't spend time with the kids, does she not call that spending time with the kids by me coaching them?
You spend time with the kids when it's convenient for you.
It's interesting, Mrs. Harris, that you came out and I asked you what was wrong with your marriage, and you said that he's absent. What struck me from your papers is that he's cheated on you over 60 times.
Yeah.
That would have been my go-to point.
Yeah,
I would have jumped out with that one. Why don't you tell me about that?
Over this whole 8.5 years, it's always he's so secretive. You know.
Are you sure he's been cheating on you? Do you know that for a fact?
No, she don't know that for a fact. She don't know that for the fact.
If you're not paying attention to me, if you don't want to go out with me or spend time with me, apparently, but you can jump up and you can go with your friends. Apparently, you spend it sometimes.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's because, okay, for instance, she's saying I always want to go out with my friends. This is the thing, okay? When I work or I'm doing my little coaching or whatever, it ain't about how many days I'm with the kids coaching them. It's about what I'm doing for the kids.
Hang on.
It's about what I'm doing for the kids. I'm mentoring. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a great father towards them kids because guess what? When I first met her, she had 5 children.
Yeah, let's get that straight too, because I made a flow chart because I couldn't get the kids straight. So we're gonna figure out who brought who in a relationship.
Okay.
Because I like organization.
Okay.
I like to know what's happening. Now, you've got one together.
Yes.
That one over there. And then you have, how many babies' fathers do you have?
3.
3. And how many babies' mothers do you have?
2.
2.
She cheated too, though. She didn't tell you that.
That's a lot going on. It's a whole lot of people involved in one family. Mr. Harris, you very adeptly sidestepped the 60 affairs question. She says that you cheated over 60 times. Did you or you didn't?
Your
I mean,
Honor,
and let's be truthful because you're trying to fix it.
Okay. If I cheated 60 times and I come to the house looking like I look, that ain't possible. Because guess what? If I'm going to be out there cheating with more than 60 women, I'm going to be bringing some bread home.
Have you cheated on her during your 7.5-year marriage?
Yes, I have. I'm going to tell you honest truth. I did, but 60 women's, no.
Okay, we're going to take 60 off the table.
Okay.
About how many are you going to cop to?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. And you want me to tell you why?
Yes.
It's because lack of sex. Like, when I first met her, yeah, we had sex, good sex. You know what I mean? When I first met her,
Right.
she was getting out of a bad relationship. I was getting out of a bad relationship. But who can say that wouldn't help the both of us? I accepted the package. I knew she had 5 kids. So I dealt with that. I knew
Right.
what I had to accept. The sex was good. But after a couple months, like a zombie.
You lying.
I'm always,
You lying.
can I talk? Listen, Your Honor, when we at the house and I'm having sex, it's a problem. You like to have sex every day. I'm always on top. It's always a problem. And guess what? When she don't get it the way she like it, like as an oral sex, oh man, she get mad like a child.
Okay.
Like a child.
All right, very expressive, Mr. Harris. Now, Mrs. Harris, I want you to stay on point. Do you not have a satisfying sex life with your husband?
I used to.
And what happened, do you think?
He felt it was too much because you know why? He was out cheating.
Two-
Oh, you take
Your
the
Honor,
pleasure
hang on,
out.
let
you,
her finish.
you take the pleasure out and want to have sex every day. When we
How?
first got together, Terry was out cheating. So he couldn't please. It was too much to please. He had to please other women out the street. They come home and please me. That was too much.
You know what, Your Honor? That is the truth. I'm gonna tell you, that is the truth. When I first met her sex was great. Why would I have to go out in the streets to get sex if her sex was great? What it was is that I came into a new city, seen a lot of other females I never seen in my life, hanging around with the wrong crowd, drinking and stuff like that, kicking it with a lot of college friends, and that's what it happened. Mm-hmm. I'm not hiding nothing from her. And then when she found out who I was sleeping with, it's not like, okay, yeah, I did deny it. But then when she found out how truthful it was, I couldn't do nothing but tell her the truth. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
So she can't take you anywhere new where you can see a whole lot of new women? Is that, is that enough for you? New women and some booze and then boom.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of that, he came to a new city and slept with almost everyone. He don't be seen with me.
No, that ain't
Simple
the,
things.
Hang on.
Terry can't go to the grocery store with me. He's always tired. But I could come home, he's gone. I'm calling. Where you at, Terry? Oh, I ran with my friend right quick. But you just too tired to go to the grocery store with me.
But you ran out with your friend.
But you just ran out with your
That's
friend.
not the truth,
Yeah,
Your
okay,
Honor.
we're going to discuss that.
When I went over to a friend's house, my friend brother said, you must found out. I said, found out what? He said, about LaWanda. I said, what about her? He said, about her sleeping around with that woman. I said, sleeping around with a woman?
Now, Mr. Harris, we've heard about your escapades. You say, however, that Mrs. Harris still has inappropriate contact with her baby's father.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Tell me about that.
Okay, all right, now check. She have, a friend of the family. Mm-hmm. She created them a Facebook. I'm knowing that the friend of the family don't know how to, don't know how to even log in on Facebook. She give me the password to the social media. Mm-hmm. I go on there, click on the search bar. Here it is, like 3 of her ex-boyfriends. She going on her almost, if not every day out of the week.
Hang on.
Can I
hang
talk?
on, Ms.
If not every day out of the week, it's almost every other day she going on her on each one of her past relationship friends' page, researching on their page, like looking on their page. Okay, that was your past.
Now, Ms. Harris, why don't you tell me what you're doing on your other baby daddy's social media all the time?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
And
my God.
If
Ms. Harris.
I make pages for other people, he done made several pages for other people. And I can say that he's on there looking for other people.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Terry can be on his own page because Terry sleeps with his phone. Terry can be in a deep sleep, snoring. If I make a move towards the pillow or something, Terry, what you doing? What you doing?
You want
He hooked up with the phone more than he hooked up with me at nighttime.
Are you really close with that phone and you won't let it go? Is there a problem there?
Your Honor,
got
that's
a
not
password
true.
to
us.
Your Honor, that's not true. Your Honor, let me tell you something. The reason why I got a password on my phone, because only an insecure person will want to go through your phone, or shall I say, a guilty person go through your phone and trying to figure out what you doing for her to get even. Because let me tell you something. When I went over to a friend's house, my friend brother said, hey, he said, you must found out. I said, found out what? He said, about LaWanda. I said, what about her? He said, about her sleeping around with that woman. I said, sleeping around with a woman? He said, don't tell her I told you. He said, but LaWanda went out, her and that woman, went to a lingerie and toy store, purchased some toys. They met back at the hotel room. Boom, it went down. Now,
How did that guy know all that?
How did that guy know all this?
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. Because LaWanda did her business around people who she shouldn't have never did her business around because she know they couldn't hold
Did he
water.
just explain you? He said
Can
it was
I
just
finish
me.
my story?
Hang on, go ahead.
Okay.
Because she know they couldn't hold water. So this is how it happened. One of LaWanda's friends who she went to school with, all of a sudden, she moved down here. All of a sudden, her friend got to calling her, hey, how you doing? I mean, I went unexpected.
Right.
So I wouldn't think about, her friend calling her on some mess like that, but it was her friend, boyfriend, was best friends with the woman who she slept with.
Gotcha.
He packs up, he goes. It's stressful. I'm always there with the kids when he goes. And it ain't just one time he goes. He done left this whole 8 years. Terry probably packed up and left about 60 times.
Do you believe Terry cheated on LaWanda 3 times or 60 times? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court. Now, Mrs. Harris, I'm going to let you respond to the cheating with another woman story without interruption. Mrs. Harris, did that happen?
It did. But guess what?
What?
When I was out cheating, ask him who he was out. He said he went to his friend's house. Guess who? He was out there laid up with someone, a friend, at his friend's house.
Okay.
Same time.
So what I'm getting here in this Save My Marriage session is you guys are kind of just floating out there free with it.
No.
Your Honor,
A little bit.
I cheated one time.
a
And guess
cheat
what?
is a cheat.
It's the biggest
No matter how
thing.
many times you cheat, a cheat is a cheat.
It's the
Your
biggest
Honor,
thing in the
I
marriage.
think we've addressed the cheating enough that I see what the problem is. We can talk about it in a moment. Why don't you talk about your sense of loneliness? You think he's embarrassed by you, and that's why he won't spend time with you because you've gained so much weight. You say you've gained about 100 pounds. Is that true?
Terry, like he said, he packs up, he goes. It's stressful. I'm always there with the kids when he goes. And it ain't just one time he goes. He done left this whole 8 years. Terry probably packed up and left about 60 times. And he don't go for days, he go for the weeks. He goes away. I'm there with the kids all the time. I mean, you're not even there, but he's worried about me cheating on him. You're not even there.
Now, Mr. Harris, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to respond, but before I do, I wanna ask you to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about how she feels and why she feels that way. Because you're kind of blowing over her a little bit here. You were trained right out the station, Mrs. Harris. Talk to me. And I want you to listen, Mr. Harris. I want you to hear how she feels. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, Terry can get invited to cookouts with his friends and stuff, and I'm never invited. But if you can see pictures and stuff, it's couples there, it's friends and their couples, but I'm never invited to anything. They came and got him for a baby shower. And his wife wasn't invited. And I'm like, you still gonna go? Yeah, that's my friend's first baby. I'm gonna be there for him.
That's not true, Your Honor. You know what, Your Honor? This is what it is. Okay, when me and her is at the house, we there. She my wife. When you step out, you represent me. Get dressed, dress nice, look good for me when you go out in public. LaWanda would take, and she leave out the house, go anywhere, she want to throw on anything. But the time me and her get into it, and I go, you can look on social media, she all spruced up
and dressed up.
beautiful. I'm talking
What
about
I'ma go
hair
for?
done, nails done, clothes on, and
And
when
you're not there to enjoy it.
Exactly.
He's
When I come
he's
back,
never there
the
to
hair get
enjoy
took
it.
down, the nails fading away, ain't no clothes.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So therefore, with her weight, I'm a plus size guy. I don't have no problem with my wife's weight. If that's her own personal problems. That's her own personal problem. There's no problem with me. That's her insecurity with her own self.
I got you. What is the main cause of Terry and LaWanda's unhappy marriage? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I hope something I say today might change something at home, because you got a lot of kids together. I got a lot of time in, and I enjoyed you. I mean, your problems were difficult and many and convoluted. But let me say this to you, Mr. Harris. Your wife feels lonely and unwanted. Whether or not it's accurate, whether or not you're ignoring her, she feels ignored. So that's her reality. So if you want to save this marriage, you have to turn and pay attention to how she feels. See what I'm saying? You gotta turn.
I understand.
So that means go out with her. That means take her with you. That means stay at home, enjoy her, bring her somewhere, take her somewhere. You take the time to make her feel better about herself. Mm-hmm. And if you know that her weight is an issue, love her all on it. The weight. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do.
That's your job, because she feels ignored. Mm-hmm. Whether or not you believe she should, she does. Mm-hmm. So you need to fix that.
Right.
Okay? You got it? Number two, you have to understand why she's insecure. Anybody who, I'm a one cheat you go kind of girl. Mm-hmm. Bounced, gone. But she took you back, and she took you back, and she took you back, and she's scared, because you might go again. And you pack up easily, because when you argue, you're out, you bounce. Mm-hmm. That insecurity that she feels, because you're her world. Mm-hmm. You are her world, your rock, the thing that she hangs on to. And every time you have an argument, you can go, and you might sleep with somebody. And that constant fear digs at her all the time. Man up when you're having an argument. Sit down. Baby, let's be cool. We'll speak about this. We're going to speak on this. I'm a grown man. I'm not a child who needs to run. I'm a man who can stand in my own home and have a discussion with a woman that I love. That's your job. Mm-hmm. Now, Mrs. Harris, if you want to stay with him, you got to leave it alone. In other words, he's cheated. I don't know if it's 3 times. I don't know if it's 60 times. If you can't trust him, you got to go. But if you've decided that you wanted to stay, you can't keep working that hurt. You understand? You can say to yourself, if he does it again, I'll leave. But you can't keep looking after it and running after it and wondering about and being angry and upset about it. And also, you can't let it define you. His cheating is not about your lack of value. It's about his lack of character. So don't get that confused. See what I'm saying? And I think you went out there with that woman searching to fill up that empty that is in you. I think you go to the food to fill up that empty is in you. And if this brother over here, who is strong and boisterous and able and capable, and I bet if you made a decision that you're going to make this woman feel loved, honored, cared for, solid and good, I think you do a great job, but you got to decide to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got a lot of kids. Mm-hmm. Decide to do it. Mm-hmm. You with me?
Yeah, indeed.
And hon, if he cheats, if he rolls, you will be fine. A leaving is not fatal. It's just a new form of freedom. Take it, but make him pay child support for the one you got together. Good luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
Work.
Yes.
We'll make it work.
Yes.
Love you, baby.
I love you.
All right.